Hi everyone, and welcome to my power yoga class. I'm Tracy, and I'm here with Erico, and we are going to do a beautiful 1 hour of power to just kind of get your brain and your body all balanced together. How do you feel about that?
Feels awesome. Excited.
Okay, fantastic. So we're going to get started. All right, Miss Moria. Whoa, I almost just slid out there. I almost started off with a split. Okay, so Miss Morio.
Yes.
Erico, let us get started with, let's start in child's pose, because why wouldn't we? So child's pose, we're at the back of your mat. We're going to bring your knees out nice and wide. Let your chest drop in between your thighs. And then I want you to relax through your upper body just for a few breaths. So relax, yes, through your shoulders, release through your fingertips. Let the weight of your head be real heavy into the floor. And if you haven't already, drop the top of your feet into the floor. So if you're curled up onto your toes, let your feet relax too. And then maybe once your feet relax, so Erico is nice and flexible through her low back. So she's already sitting back onto her heels. But if you release through your toes, then sometimes you get just a little more of an opportunity to let your sit bones, your seat, drop back into your heels. And that just feels really nice. Ujjayi breathing, if it's available, we are finding full inhales and exhales, and that means that the mouth is closed from now until the end of practice. We're going to find full bottom lung breaths. So we're filling the lungs all the way up. I want you to feel the rib cage expand. And I want you, when you're exhaling, I want you to let every little ounce of air come out as well. Now we're going to find just a little energy. So we're going to keep your head in the floor, but I want you to walk your hands out. So go ahead and start to walk your fingertips out so that your fingertips are coming to the front line of your mat. And we're going to press down through your palms, and we're going to use your knuckles in the floor, and we're going to create some length. So as you reach out and you press down, you can feel the length run through the forearm, right? From the tricep down into your wrist. And now what I'd like you to do is just lift your head and chest up a little bit away from the floor. We're still going to stay looking down. So the head and chest is lifted. We're finding elongation and length through the fingertips. We're going to drop one arm, one tricep down at a time. And as you drop it down, Erica, I want you to keep reaching, right? So if this guy drops down, keep walking this one forward and then walk that one forward. Almost like as if you can feel someone pulling on your wrist. Can you feel the length here through the upper back of the arms? Yeah. So you want to press into the floor. So when you're extending out, like right here, I want you to, as you reach it, press down and pull back through that tricep. Press down and pull back, right? So you won't be able to feel the leverage unless your hand is flat into the floor. So keep that guy flat when you pull back. Nice. Beautiful. Now that we've gotten a little bit longer, let your forehead drop down, relax through your seat. And then we're going to press up onto the hands and knees. So we'll bring the knees under your hips and the wrists under the shoulders. We're going to come up onto our toes. So we're opening up a little bit through the arches of the feet. And then I want you to exaggerate. Push your butt bones out behind you. Yeah, exaggerate through your seat a little bit. Open back through your shoulders. Turn your elbows to the back wall. Get active here. So you're pushing yourself away from the floor. We're still in Ujjayi breathing. Find a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to round and tuck. So go ahead and relax the top of the feet. Bring the belly button all the way up towards your face. And then on the inhale, we find the toes. Seat drives back, shoulders open. Exhale, round and tuck it. Let's get fluid, tuck it all the way up. Inhale, open it up. We're on the balls of the feet. Pull the shoulders back. And exhale, round and tuck it under. Let's find that one more time. Inhale, we're up on the toes. Shoulders are back. Exhale, we're going to round and tuck it. We're going to stay on the tuck. So keep pulling the belly button up, right? We're finding a nice little stretch through the lumbar. Top of the head is dropped down into the floor. Say no in slow motion. We're just going to turn your head easy, side to side, ear to the shoulder. Say yes in slow motion while we're still tucking. Just a slow yes. We lift the chin up and tuck it in. Just a few so we know there's no tension, no stress in the neck. And then go ahead and find your down dog. Walk your hands forward. Middle fingers are going to line up with your shoulders. and then we're gonna take a step back. I want you to get long on your mat. So Eriko is nice and flexible, and that means that her heels will drop right into the floor. She's already that long. So I want you to lengthen yourself out to where your heels just have a natural little lift, right? So you're not up on your tippy toes, but you're allowing yourself to feel it, because I want you to feel that through the hamstrings, feel that through the calves, down into the Achilles. And I also want you to know that if you're really tight in your hamstrings, bend your knees a little bit. So we're just going to show that modification. Eriko, just bend your knees a little bit as if your hamstrings were so tight that you wanted to give them a little break. So you can be right here. And then as it feels better, it feels good for her because she's already lengthened. You can straighten your legs. And then we're going to let your forehead drop down just a little bit more. And remember, when you feel real warm and cozy, you can take your shirt off at any time. So don't let me keep you from doing that, okay? So here we are. We're going to bend one knee at a time, and we're just going to walk ourselves out nice and slow. And we're going to take the hips and move through the hips too. So this one's just a nice feel good. Ah, very nice. And then go ahead and straighten the legs. And we'll stretch your right leg up to the sky. So right leg is going to get nice and high. And we're going to turn that right hip down like a headlight down towards the floor. And we're going to keep the arms open, and we're going to still be looking to the back wall. So look into your left toes, and then go ahead and point your right toes out and flex your foot back in. And then point the toes and flex it in, and then we'll bend that knee and roll open through that right hip. So I want you to stay active through that leg. So she's curling her heel in strong, and we have the toes flexed in towards the shin, and we have the hamstring on and the glute on, right? So I want her to turn on that lower body. I want you to turn on your lower body and keep it nice and active. We're breathing into that right psoas for 5. We're dropping the head down a little bit. It feels good for 4. We're here for 3, for 2, and we'll drop that right foot to the floor, and we'll stretch the left leg up high. We're going to square that left hip down towards the floor, so keep a nice straight leg, and then we'll point the toes, and we'll flex it in, and then we'll point those toes, and we'll keep the flexion. Then go ahead and bend that knee. Yes. The toes flexed in is going to turn that hamstring on as we press through. We're breathing into that left hip, that left psoas for 5. She's staying active on it. Toes are tucked in. 4. She's got a strong active foot for 3. We're chilling out through the length of that right leg for 2. And then we'll drop that left foot down. And now let's come into a high plank. So a high plank position, we're on an angle from the shoulders down through the hips, down through the knees and to the ankles. She's got a nice angle here. We're turning those elbows back so we have the upper body turned on. We're going to tuck the pelvis a little bit so belly button comes up towards the chest. We're going to fill up the upper back. So go ahead and push yourself the other way. Push yourself, away from the floor. So I want you to stay active like that, Eriko. Keep pushing yourself away, right? Find the strong breaths, and we're engaged through the abdominals. So we're using the length of your abdominals. We're staying strong in the abdominals the whole time. She has her quads squeezing, right? So thighs are on. That's really nice. Feet are just as wide as the hips. We're doing some work here. So you should start to be getting nice and warm. And now all we're going to do is we're going to lift your right foot just a little bit off the floor. Find a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, round and tuck your nose to your knee. Round and tuck it up. And then on the inhale, push your heel to the back wall. Don't drop the foot. Breathe in. As you exhale, round and tuck it up. Very nice. And then on the inhale, push it back, but don't drop the foot. On the exhale, take your right knee to your left tricep. Cross it. It's a hip rotation. Now lift that leg up a little bit. 5, 4, keep pushing yourself away. 3, 2, she's getting a little warm. For 1, push the heel to the back wall. Don't drop the foot. Beautiful. Find a breath in as you exhale one more time. Right knee to the left side. Here we go. Cross it. 5, it's a hip rotation. She's going to lift it up. 4, to do a little more work. For 3, we don't drop in the shoulders. For 2, step back into your high plank and hold it. Very nice. Hold in the high plank. We're going to bring your left knee under your hip, and we're going to bring your left wrist under your shoulder. Yep, we'll kick that foot out. She's coming into a modified side angle just to open up through the right rib cage. Let it feel good. Find a deep breath in. As you exhale, reach that right arm overhead. Let's lift your right leg up, and we'll reach your toes back. We're going to lift that right leg nice and high. We're going to breathe in to the rib cage. We're going to elongate through that shoulder. 5, 4, 3. We're going to bend the knee and then catch the foot. Go ahead and catch that foot. Beautiful. Very nice. Yes. So now there's energy through the top of that foot. She's kicking her foot through her fingertips. I can feel it already. She's finding that nice length through the front of her quad, but it's active. So you want to make sure that you're kicking through so that now she's also getting a nice stretch through that whole right side of the pec, right? We're peeling back through that shoulder. Can you lift that leg up a little higher? And we're on the ball of that left foot. That gives us the stability to stay active in it, right? So we're in the ball of that left foot. We're still pushing back. We're here for a few breaths for 5, 4, 3. She's still lifting. She's still working for 2. Now, slow and easy. Don't drop the foot. This guy will come back. So left foot comes onto your mat. We're in down dog with a high right leg. Downward facing dog. Right leg goes to the sky. Walk your hands back to your toes. We're just going to find a little forward fold stretch here. So here we are in a vertical split. And we're turning our fingertips to the wall behind you. And you're going to use your fingertips as your leverage, or maybe your palms are flat. If you're really tight, you can have 2 blocks outside of you. You can use that here. And we also have some energy through that right leg. So we're lifting it up. It's your leg. Take it with you, right? Strive to drive. Strive to get it up there and do the work. Now take your left palm, catch your left calf, look out in front of you. That's going to lengthen your back. Find a breath in as you exhale. Pull. So go ahead and fold in. Yeah, drive your face in towards that shin. She's still reaching through her right toes for 5. That looks beautiful. Now, if you want to play around with a little bit of balance and have a little fun with it, keep that left hand around and bring the right hand around behind with it. And remember, you might drop your hands 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 times. You're not really, you don't really have to stay in that balance. It's a fun challenge, right? You're here to have a little bit of a good time. So see if you can hold on to it. And now that ankle is going to get stronger because she's playing around with keeping both hands. Now, if you had the stability to grab that calf and hug in, go for it, right? Drive in there and get that deeper stretch if you want. We're here for 5. We're still lifting that right leg for 4. And then Erica, walk your hands up your left leg and grab your hips. So here we are at the back of the mat. She's going to bring her hands to her hips. Yep. And she's going to pull her hips forward a little bit, right? So she just reestablished that hinge. So if you popped up, get that hinge back on. We're going to lift that back leg. Beautiful. Very nice. Then all we're going to do is reach your left arm out in front of you. So let your left arm reach. And then I want you to, before you even reach your right hand back, just curl your heel in towards your head. So just bend that back knee. Let's take a pause. Right here, a little pause. Now that right hand is going to catch your right foot. Maybe you have your right ankle, maybe you have your big toe. She's going to catch her foot and she's going to lift that leg up. So now slow and steady. Remember, find that dristi. So you're looking at one thing that's not moving. And once you get that one thing that's not moving, then you're going to get active in it. So here she is. She's going to lift that leg up. She's reaching out through the fingertips for 5. She's kicking on it strong. 4. So we're back in that right side where we were when we were down on the floor. We got you prepared for it. Now she's in that full dancer's pose. For 3, it's beautiful. For 2, slow and steady. 2 hands find the floor. Right leg stays high. Walk a long dog right here. So go ahead and walk yourself out. Right foot's going to lunge through the hands. We're going to slide that left foot back. So now we're in a nice runner's lunge. And I want you to make sure that your knee doesn't come forward of your ankle. So you can just run your right hand down, up and down, and make sure that that knee and ankle are in line. I want you, so Erica, just lift your hands up a little bit. I want you to feel that your weight is coming down through your right glute and through your left psoas, through your left hip. So I just want you to make sure that you're not like this, jamming forward into that knee. So if you are, you got to scooch that guy up. So we'll bring the hands back down into the floor. And then we're going to slowly go ahead and walk your upper body over to your left side. So you can just work around me, right? I'll just kind of get out of your way. You're welcome. Okay, so here we are. Here we are. So that lower body is still in the lunge. And if you're really tight, you can drop that left knee. So modification, left knee is down on the floor. If it feels better, keep it lifted. I want you to use the floor right now to feel. So we're pressing down through your palms, and I can feel that along my right side of my ribs. Where do you feel it, Erico?
Right here.
On the, so she's in the inner thigh, and the adductors on the right, and I'm feeling it more along the right side of the ribs and a little bit more in my left psoas. So every body is different. We're going to feel it somewhere differently than someone else. Let's bring your left wrist under your shoulder. So this is a joint stack, shoulder, elbow, wrist. Ah, we'll open up through the right side. Let your right arm drive up towards the sky. So now we're back into the right ribs. Let's find a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, reach that right arm overhead. So we got a little theme going on here, right? Breathing into the right side quite a bit for 5, maybe a little back bend, right? If you kind of think you want to open it up a little more and bend into it, squeeze that back glute for 4. So let your left glute give you a little support at 3, 2. Gorgeous. For 1, walk ourselves back slow. One hand on either side of that right foot. Let's bring your left knee down easy, and we're going to straighten that front leg, and we'll flex the toes. So we're going to take your left hand to your hip and just square it to the front wall, just so that you got 2 hips like headlights. We're going to flex our toes back a little bit. If it feels good, you can catch the ball of your foot. If it feels good, so Erico, just drop down. You can let your chest drop into your thighs. If it feels better for you, you can stay up here with me, and I'm lengthening through my upper back. But if your chest drops down, you can certainly go into a deeper stretch there. And we're going to stay here and just enjoy it for 5. Enjoy the stretch for 3. For 2, slow and easy. We'll come back into our lunge, and we're going to step back into your high plank position. So go ahead and turn that plank on, Erico, strong. Tuck the pelvis up a little bit. Yeah, we're driving away. So fill the upper back up. She's strong in here. Quads are on, and we're breathing. Go ahead and lift your left foot slightly off the floor. Find a deep breath in as you exhale, round and tuck it. Nose to the knee, we're tucking up, we're on the other side. Inhale, open it up. Push the heel back, don't drop the foot. Exhale, round and tuck it up. Round it all the way up. Inhale, push it back, stay here. Exhale, bring that left knee to your right tricep. So now it's a hip rotation. I want you to lift that leg up. Work for it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Push the heel back. We're back in that plank. Don't drop the foot. Find a deep breath in. As you exhale, let's cross it over. Try to touch it. Take it up. 5. Lift it up. 4. Get it a little higher. For 3, for 2. And then we're going to step back into our high plank. Hold right here, high plank. This is a little bonus before we go to the other side. So you can just hold your plank if you're feeling like you need it. If you need to modify, you can bring your knees to the floor. But if you feel stronger, I want you to take your feet a little wider than your hips. So just a little bit outside of your hips. And then here's what we're going to do. With our feet a little wider than our hips, keeping the tuck, I want you to bring your right fingertips to your left shoulder. And we're going to keep that right hip turning down. Yes. Turning down. So we're doing the work. That left tricep is strong. She's shaking a little bit. That means she's working. I see it. Right palm drops. Left fingertips come to that right shoulder. So don't let those hips shift too much. Left elbow shining down to the floor. Place it down. Right fingertips to the left shoulder. Here we go again. So switch it. Turning that right hip down. 5, 4. Squeezing the quads. 3, 2. Right palm drops. Left fingertips are on. Just a light little touch. You're not grabbing that shoulder. 5, 4. 3, 2. Place that left palm down. Walk your feet in just a little bit so they're in line with your hips, not so close. So separate them a little bit, Erico. Yep. Beautiful. She's in a high plank. Now we're going to find our first Chaturanga. So let's lower down into your Chaturanga. She moves forward. That's gorgeous. Push yourself up to your high plank. And then lower down into your Chaturanga and push yourself up into the high. She's got 2 more. Fantastic. Lower it down. So remember, a modification is to drop to the knees and push it up, but keep the hips flat. Let's lower it down and push it up. Erico, hold your high plank. Let's hold it right here. So we're going to find 4 more, and I'm going to show you a modified version. And Erico, if you want to modify too, you can, or you can keep them in the stronger ones with your knees. But remember, I don't want you back here. What I want to make sure you're doing is on that angle, find the tuck. Then we'll lower down into it, shoulders and elbows, and we'll push up strong. And then shoulders and elbows, and we'll push it up. So there's a modification for you. She's in it. We got 2 more. For 2, gorgeous, and push it up. Very nice. And we're down, and then push it up. We're in a high plank. We're going to bring your right wrist under your shoulder, your right knee under your hip, kick your right foot out onto the wood. Very nice. Left foot turns sideways. She's in that side, so let's stay here first. Keep that foot down. Let's just stay here. We're breathing. So keep that leg down for now. Find a breath in. As you exhale, reach that left arm overhead. If it feels good, look up through the fingertips. If it feels better, look down at the floor. So now we're opening up through the whole left side of the ribs. Let's take that left leg up. Reach those left toes back, right? So now we're gonna bring that ankle in line with your hip, and we're striving to get it high, and we're still reaching out to the front wall. 5-4. I want you to stay real active in it, right? I want you to stay active in the reach. So there's a magnet on your fingertips getting pulled to the front wall, and there's a magnet on your toes, and you're just like Gumby getting stretched, right? Like warm taffy. I want you to feel like you can extend out and keep the energy in it. So don't let your poses just fall flat. Stay in that energy. 4-3, bend the knee, catch the foot. So now here we go. Lift it up and kick it back. She's going to breathe into the whole left shoulder. We're inside that deltoid. We're breathing into that pec. Toes are striving to get high. She's in that left quad. 5-4. Very nice. Did I just give you the chills? 3-2. Keep kicking it away. Now, without dropping that foot, we're going to bring your right foot back onto the mat. Left hand drops. Left leg goes high to the sky. Very nice. Walk your hands back to your toes. We're at the back of your mat in a vertical split. So what I want you to do is go ahead and take your fingertips first towards the back wall. So turn them backwards and bend the elbows and use those, guys. Let your head drop now. Yeah, we're breathing. Let that leg get high. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Keep that fold and feel it. So Erica, can you feel by using the floor as you walk back a little bit more, you get a little bit more, right? You can feel it deeper in. And she has a nice straight right leg. So listen, if you're really tight in that hamstring, do not force yourself to straighten it. You can keep a big bend in there, but I want you while you're there to think about, oh, can I find a little more? Can I straighten it a little more, right? Can I find a little more energy in that left leg? Can I bend my elbows and use my biceps a little more, right? Use those arms, so work those arms in it. Now I want you to take your right palm, catch behind your calf if you can, lift your chest up and lengthen your back. Breathe in. As you exhale, pull with all the strength that you have in your right arm, pull in as if you want to get your nose to touch your shin. Pull it in. Use that arm, Erica. Pull with that right forearm. Yeah, work that bicep. Pull it in tight. Now, a little bit of fun. She's going to challenge her balance. 2 hands come around. So see if you can grab 2 hands behind. So sometimes the trick is to draw the ball of that right foot down a little bit, but look, her ankle's working. We're gaining ankle stability. This is a beautiful thing because sometimes if you're out and about, you're looking down at your cell phone, which a lot of people are guilty of while we're walking on the streets. Beautiful thing is you'll catch yourself because you have that ankle stability a lot of times. There's still energy through her left leg. Erica's working. I can see her shaking. She's breathing in it. Slow and steady. Walk your hands up that right leg. Grab your hips, babe. Yeah, grab them. Turn that left hip down. That looks fantastic. Left hip turns down. Left leg gets high. She's using that left glute. I can see it turned on. That's gorgeous. So like headlights, 2 hips down to the floor. And if you're really tight, your hip's not going to go all the way down. Just find what's there for you. That's why our hands are on our hips, because we can manually shift and feel it. Now, all I want you to do is keep your left hand on your hip and just reach your right middle finger out to the front wall. Take it slow, right? Yeah, right middle finger's out there. Now all I want you to do is bend that left elbow. So the slower we go, the bigger the challenge she has. Now catch that foot. So Erica's used to going into it pretty quickly. I'm slowing her down a little bit just because I figure she'll be sweeter to me later. Let's roll that left shoulder back. When she feels it a little more, lift that leg up. We're kicking on that foot. Let's breathe here for 5. It looks amazing. 4, you got it. Beautiful. 3, we're reaching out. She's inside the left rib cage again. For 2 hands find the floor with a high left leg. Walk a long dog. Walk yourself out. Left foot lunges. Slide that right guy back. Here we are. So widen your stance a little bit. And then just a little check. Lift your hands up, right? So there's no body weight pushing through her left knee. We're down through that right hip into that right psoas. We're squeezing through that right quad. We'll drop the hands down. Maybe that right foot slides back a little more. So if you have it, if you're warm enough, slide it back. And then go ahead and walk your upper body over to the right. 2 hands are in the floor. I want you to press down through your palms. I'm going into that left rib cage. I'm breathing into it, and I'm feeling it in my right psoas. Erica, where do you feel it on this side? Is it a little different, or is it still same? So she's got the same. Inner thigh is where she's feeling it. That's beautiful. 5, 4, 3, 2. Right wrist is under the shoulder. Left arm finds the sky. We're going back into the left rib cage. Maybe the gaze is up. Maybe it feels good as you reach that arm overhead to follow through to the fingertips. Sometimes that feels real nice for your neck. So we'll reach that arm over. We'll create the space and the length for 5. She's in it. For 4. I love it. For 3. So there's energy she's reaching. For 2. And then go ahead and bring that hand back center. And then right knee comes down easy. Left leg straightens long. We're going to flex those toes. Take your right hand, grab your right hip, and square it a little bit. Just kind of turn it in a little bit, and you might get a little bit more. Toes are flexed back. Upper back is long. I'm going to catch that foot. Find a breath in as you exhale. You can let it drop down. We're inside that left hamstring. We're pulling, we're breathing. Let's own the pose. For 5. Inhales and exhales. For 4. Keep that breath flowing. For 3, we're here in it. For 2, we're nice and warm now. For 1, slowly find that lunge and step back into your high plank. High plank position, we're gonna lower down into your chaturanga. So let's stay here in the chaturanga. Eric, go turn your left knee out to the left side wall. We're going to tap that knee down to the floor and pick it up for 4. So we're hip mobility here. 3, we're hip strength. For 2, look how strong she is. Nice. Step it back. Up dog. We'll breathe it in. So now her thighs are lifted. You can always drop the knees if you're modifying. Pulling the shoulder blades together. Gorgeous. Come back to your chaturanga. Come back into the strong chaturanga. She's got the right knee turning out to the right side. Now let's tap it down and open it up. For 4, touch it and open it. For 3, we got it down and we're up. For 2, one more. Find the step back. Up dog, we'll breathe in. Chaturanga because we're strong enough. Skip it if you need to. She's going to take a pause for 5, 4, 3, 2. Downward facing dog. Fantastic. Let's flow a little bit. So bend the knees. Step or float your feet up to the front of your mat. Find a lift halfway. We'll breathe in. And as you exhale, we're going to fold in tight. As you inhale, touch the side walls. Come up tall. Breathe in high. Exhale, forward fold. We're down low. Feel something. Halfway lift. We'll breathe in. Step or jump back to your high plank. Chaturanga, we're going to lower it down. Up dog, we'll breathe in. Shoulder blades come together. Chaturanga, find that work. Take a pause. 5, 4, 3, 2. Downward facing dog. We find the exhale. Bend the knees. We're at the front. Find the lift. Halfway breathe in. As you exhale, forward fold. As you inhale, come on up. Straight legs tall. Breathe in high. Squeeze the thighs up with you. Exhale, forward fold. We're down low. Halfway lift. We'll breathe in here. Step or jump back to your high plank. Point your right toes back behind you. So right toes are back behind you. Chaturanga, we're going to lower down. 4 little push-ups. She's just going little. For 4, she's keeping it small. For 3, for 2, one more. Drop that foot. Up dog, we'll breathe in. Chaturanga. To your high plank, we'll exhale. Stay in the high plank. So high plank, feet are separated, hip width distance, right? High plank position, we're squeezing the quads. Point your left toes back behind you. Chaturanga, we're down. 4 little push-ups. 4, she dropped her knee. That's beautiful. 3, I love that modification. 2, so she can be stronger. 1 more. Drop that foot. Up dog breathes us in. Shoulder blades come together. Chaturanga, because we're working. Downward facing dog, we exhale. Fantastic. So down dog, feet are as wide as the hips, right? So separate those guys out. Right leg comes to the sky. Right foot lunges, left foot turns. Let's come on up. We're in warrior 1. Come on up. Warrior 1. We'll slide the left foot back. We'll squeeze that left quad, right? We're going to elongate and lengthen through the vertebrae. Reach it up. Reach it up. Very nice. Interlace the fingers overhead. Pointer fingers, strive to drive high. So I don't want you to lean in your low back, but I do want to see if you can find a little bit of mobility in your shoulders. So she's just moving from here, just from the arms, right? So we're going to stay here. So if you're here and you feel like you have warm shoulders and you can find a little something, maybe you move back a little bit here, right? So we're still just staying tall in our warrior 1. It looks beautiful. Find a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, take your right hand, grab your left wrist, and pull your torso. We're going to come to the right side, open it back through the left ribs. And then we'll come back center, separate the hands, find a full breath in. As you exhale, reach your right arm out to the front wall. Bring your left arm under your right. Arms find a strong eagle pose. So she's gonna lift her elbows out of her chest so that we're now finding the work, right? The goal is to make sure you're staying active in the pose. So you don't wanna have like a broken winged eagle down here. So lift those elbows up and use those shoulders, right? Use the strength of the shoulders. Now we're gonna pivot onto the ball of your back foot. So when you pivot, you might have to hop it somewhere so that you feel like you have a nice, secure, wide stance, hip width distance lunge, right? So don't just pivot and then feel like you're off balance. Go ahead and what I want you to do is I want you to turn that right big toe in a little bit towards your right heel, but I wanna make sure that you're not on a tightrope. So make sure you feel that. These guys are lifting up. She's doing the work just to stay in it. She's doing the work. So now that left knee is gonna come almost in the floor. So bring it down almost so you can just slide like a little quarter underneath there, right? She's super low. She's shaking. We're using that left glute. Stay real low, Erica, little ones. Ready? We're down and up. For 8, yes. 7, body weight shifts back into that back leg. 6, 5, she's working. She loaded up that left leg. 4, 3, for 2, and let's take a pause right here. So we're gonna keep that left knee lifted, and all I want you to do is hinge at the hips and bring your torso forward. Now push off that back foot, lower body finds warrior 3. So she's gonna push that left heel back. She's gonna turn that left hip down, She's gonna turn that left hip down towards the floor, and her arms are still in an active eagle. Now we're gonna work a straight leg lift in that left leg. Let's take it up for 8, gorgeous. 7, 6, 5, she's using that left glute strong. 4, 3, for 2, fantastic. Now we're gonna complete the eagle. Sweep the left thigh up over the right. So we take it up, we lift it up, and then if it's available, we'll catch it. So she's gonna catch it behind that right foot. Now, if you can't catch it behind the right foot, I'm gonna show you a little modification while she's just doing the work to stay in eagle. So to modify, this is what I like to do with all my students. It's like, you just wait there for a moment, even though you're doing all the work, and I'll come here and demonstrate. If you need to, you can drop that foot here, and then you can get those hips even. That could be your modified lower body eagle. So Eric goes in a full eagle pose, and she's been working for a few seconds, and it looks strong, it looks beautiful. So now very slowly, all I want you to do is bring your upper body into chair pose. Upper body unravels into chair. Gorgeous. We're on an angle from the shoulders through the wrist. Lower body's gonna stay into that strong eagle pose. Now I wanna know if you can drop your seat down. So Eric, go sit down and feel my little seat behind you. Yes, so she's gonna sit into the bench. She's smoking those quads, she's smoking those glutes. Arms are active, we're reaching. If you're tired, bring your hands to your hips. If you feel strong, keep them where she is. Lower body is gonna complete that chair pose. Lower body finds chair pose. Tuck the pelvis a little bit, nice. She has beautiful, nice neutral low back. We're gonna make sure the knees are away from the toes. We're gonna grip the toes down into the floor. We're staying on through the abdominals. That looks beautiful, very nice. Now all we're gonna do is pick up your right thigh up into your chest. Keep the arms in that long, lengthened chair pose. So her right thigh is deep up into her chest, and now we're gonna straighten that right leg out, and we're gonna get in that right quad, and we're gonna find a straight leg lift. Let's take it up for 8, 7, awesome. 6, she's still seated on the left. 5, so we're in that single leg seated squat. 4, 3, nice job. 2, hug the right knee into your chest, straighten your left leg, stand tall. So hug your right knee, grab it and pull it in. Left leg stays straight, circle a little bit through that right ankle. First 2 fingers of your right hand catch your big toe on the inside of your right thigh. Left hand comes to your hip. Let's stay here and just reestablish a tall spine. So all we're looking at right now is a nice tall spine. She's lengthened through her back, she's squeezing through her left glute, she's holding on to that big toe. If it's available, straighten your right leg out. Bring your heel out to the front wall. Now, with your right arm strength, lift that right leg up. Take it up. Right leg lifts. Yeah, keep lifting it up, Erica. Get it high. Yep. Do the work to keep lifting it. Fantastic. For 5, she's using that right arm. For 4, left arm comes out to the left side wall. Let's stay here. We're breathing. So keep that right leg straight and just keep lifting it up. For 5, for 4. Now, I want you to keep your right leg straight, and the fun of it all is the balance challenge. Look over your left shoulder, down through the middle finger of your left hand. So we're just turning our head to the left. If that's not for you, you can keep looking front and center. So you choose. Now find a breath in as you exhale. Bring that right leg over to the right side. We're looking to the left. She's still lifting it. Erico, fantastic. 5, it looks gorgeous. 4, for 3, that's a pose right there. For 2, guess where we're going? Eagle pose, hands on the hips, right leg over the left thigh. Drop the squat, left arm reaches, right arm under, elbows lifted out of the chest. We're in a deep eagle, and she's doing the work. Here's a challenge. Close your eyes. Why not? Just for fun. Eyes are closed. 5, 4, 3, 2. Crack the eyes open. Crack the eyes open. And if you fall out, just come right back into it. Eyes are open. Now lower body finds chair pose. Upper body finds chair. Let's breathe in as you exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, we'll inhale here. Step or jump back to your high plank. Right wrist under the shoulder, left foot stacks or staggers. We're in a side angle here. We're lifting that right hip away from the floor. We're reaching up through the left fingertips. That's fantastic. So push yourself away. Keep those hips square. Yes, nice. Now, it's going to be a 4 count to lift your top leg up. Let's take it up. For 4, 3, let's do it together. For 2, hold it up on 1. It's going to be a 4 count to bring it straight out across in front of you. For 4, 3, 2. Now grab that big toe. So maybe you'll keep the knee. Stay here, Erico, for a second. Maybe you'll keep, no. Grab your big toe, but maybe you'll keep the knee in. So maybe that's where you can go and just keep the lift. She can straighten her leg, and I know that because she takes my classes. Left leg is going to lift up. So if you have that flexibility, go for it. For 5, yeah, she's working. For 3, for 2, we're in a high plank. Nice job. High plank position. Left wrist under the shoulder. Let's stack it. So we'll flex the toes. We're squeezing the thighs. We're going to lift that left hip up. She's inside that left oblique. It looks gorgeous. It's a 4 count to lift that top leg up. For 4, 3, 2. Let's hold it up there. Now it's a 4 count to come out to me. For 4, 3, 2. Beautiful. Let's hold it up there. 5, 4, 3. Catch the big toe. Maybe you'll keep the knee bent. Maybe you'll straighten that leg up. Here she is for 8, 7. Left hips lifting. 6, 5. It looks amazing. 4, 3. We're in a high plank. Everyone deserves a child's pose. Let's come on down. Not me, of course, because I'm not doing the work, but I'm exhausted just watching her find the moves. Let's take the whole upper body over to the left side. The upper body comes left. We're going to walk out. We're going to reach. We're going to feel good. Reach, reach, reach. So I want you to use the floor as your leverage. Upper body comes right. Let's stretch it. It's a nice one, right? It feels really nice. Stretch it. We've been doing a lot of shoulder work, so we're going to come back center up onto the hands and knees where we started. Up onto the toes, and then Erico, just reach your right arm up to the sky. Reach it open, right? And now step your left foot back behind you. We're on the ball of that foot. Find a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, thread under your left rib cage. Just turn that whole torso. Inhale, open it up. Big breath in. Reach it. Exhale, thread it under. It feels nice. Inhale, open it up. Keep it open and bring your left knee back underneath your hip. And now thread your right arm all the way through and drop into your right shoulder. Left arm reaches overhead. Maybe you walk a little bit to the right. And we're pressing down through that right shoulder, and that should just feel nice. Does that feel good?
Very good.
Yeah. So she's just, see that? Very good. See, I'm nice. I'm kind. Sometimes. After I make you sweat really hard. And then bring your left hand in front of your face. You'll press yourself up. Beautiful. Left arm opens to the sun. Reach it. Step that right foot back. We're on the ball of that foot. So just right here, find a little energy through it. Roll open a little more. Look up to the sky. Breathe in. As you exhale, come on under. Yes, thread it through. Inhale, open it up. Peel back through that rib cage. Exhale, thread it through. Now let's open it up. Bring that right knee under your hip. stay open. So right knee comes under, breathe in. As you exhale, thread and drop it. Right arm reaches. We're melting in, and that looks good. So now she's just here, breathing into the pose, feeling good, relaxing a little bit, right? Because yoga isn't always just how hard can you go, how much can you push. For Erico it is, but I know for a lot of you guys out there, you want to just have a little bit of love, right? A little bit of compassion, a little moment to just come down and feel good. Okay, we're in downward facing dog. We're nice and long. Downward facing dog. Bend the knees, float your feet up. Find a lift halfway. We'll breathe in as you exhale, forward fold. Chair pose drops the seat. Here we are in chair pose. So we're going to take a little moment to reach the arms up, and then we're going to take a big moment to lift the heels up. So if it's available, guys, go ahead and lift your heels up off the floor. And then what I'd like you to do is drop your seat down. And remember, you're only going to go as low as where you feel the work. So if you go too low, then you've lost the pose, right? So if your butt's about as low as your knees, that's probably where you're going to find the most work. If you're tired, lower your wrists in line with your shoulders. If you feel stronger, you're going to reach those arms back here. We're squeezing the thighs together. Go ahead and lift yourself up 3 inches and then lower down 3. And let's stay in a 3-inch range of motion. We're up and down right here for 8. Yes. 7, 6, keep squeezing those thighs together. 5, keep lifting those heels up if you can. 4, and guess what? If you can't, drop the heels to the floor. 3, you can still be doing these little squats with us for 2. 1 more, heels drop down, hands come to the heart center, palms press together strong. So I want you to press your palms together so strong that you feel your triceps turn on. Find a breath in as you exhale. Edge of the right elbow is going to take a twist to the outside edge of your left knee. So I want you to think about, can you bring your left lung on top of your right? And then that right hip pops out a little bit, so we're going to tuck that guy in. And we're going to keep the squat, and the right knee pops in front of the left, so we're going to try and bring that guy back too. So we're squeezing the thighs. Listen, this should be work. You should be feeling it, right? Keep turning that torso. Keep tucking that right hip in. Now the right hand drops and the left arm opens. Let's breathe right here. We're going to keep the hands exactly where they are from wrist to wrist. And then I want you to bring the bottom of your right foot to the sky with your heel curled in. Nice. Now we're going to find a nice little glute press. Go ahead and push the roof up. 8, 7, 6, squeeze that right glute. 5, drop that left seat. 4, get into that left glute. 3, get a little higher. 2, yep, we got one more set. Here we go. 8 right here. 7, yes. 6, you got it. 5, it looks strong. 4, 3, she's getting higher on me. 2, feet meet together, chair pose. Come on up, hands to the heart center. Triceps are on. Big breath in as you exhale. Take that left edge of your elbow. Now stay here. So on the inhales, we drop the seat down a little bit. We even out the kneecaps, right? We grip the toes down. On the exhales, we roll open through the ribs. For 5, keep dropping that squat. For 3, see if you got a little more depth into it. For 2, left hand drops in front of the big toes. Right arm opens. So she's got wrist to wrist. She's doing the work here. Seat's going to stay low. And then slow and steady. Let's bring the bottom of that left foot behind you. She's curled in. Here we go. Let's work it for 8, 7. Push that roof up. 6. Yes. 5. Get stronger, Erico. 4. I love it. 3, 2. Stay in the strong. Don't jerk it. We have 8 more. Ready? Here we go. You're in control. 7. Drop your right glute. 6. Come out of that right knee. 5. Get in that right quad. 4, 3, 2. Chair pose drops the seat. She's up tall. Big breath in as you exhale. Forward fold. Dive in tight. Get real close now because you're warm. So dive yourself in. Step or jump back to your high plank. High plank position. We're going to hold it. We're going to get a little stronger. Bring your left knee up to your left elbow. Make a circle around your elbow. For 4, stay up high by the elbow. For 3, draw a little circle up there. For 2, reverse it. So turn it the other way. For 4, stay up tight. 3, yes. For 2, and step it back. Gorgeous. Right knee comes up to the right elbow. Make a circle. 4, awesome. 3, stay up high in it. 2, and then reverse it. Here we go. For 4, bring it around. 3, it looks great. For 2, yes, step it back. We're in a high plank. We're in a high plank. Downward facing dog. Feet are as wide as your hips. Right fingertips touch your left toes. And then switch it. Left fingertips tap your right toes. And switch it. We're not going to grab on yet, so just touch the toes, a little tap, or the outside of your ankle, little tap. Tap it. Yes, turn the whole torso. Tap it. Nice. Now right hand catches the outside of your left ankle. Pull and breathe for 5. Keep bending that right arm. 4, 3. Relax the heels down. For 2, and switch sides. Left guy catches the right. Catch it. Pull. 5, 4, 3, 2. Excellent. Open it up. Left leg lifts. Left foot lunges, right foot turns. We're coming up into warrior 1. We're going to slide that right foot back. We're going to turn the pinkies in. We're going to reach back, find a little mobility through the shoulders. We're squeezing that right quad. We're lengthening through the spine. Interlace the fingers overhead. Pointer fingers driving up to the sky. Remember, if you have a little more, you'll find it in those shoulders, right? So you can always stretch that back, but we're not leaning in your low back. Drop your left seat down a little more. Squeeze your right quad a little stronger. Take your left hand, grab your right wrist, breathe in. As you exhale, here she goes to the left. Pull yourself to the left side. 5, 4, work that pull. Squeeze that right quad. 3, 2, we'll come back center. Left arm reaches, right arm under, arms are in eagle, elbows lift high. We're gonna pivot and find our best lunge. So hop that ball of the right foot up, widen your stance so that you feel nice and stable. And then we're gonna shift the body weight back into your right leg. We're gonna bring that right knee almost in the floor. So we're loading up your back leg right now. We're out of that front leg mostly. And now let's find that little up and down for 8, 7, yep, she's shaking. 6, using that right glute. 5, 4, elbows staying high. 3, keep lifting them. 2, stay in the lunge. Hold it here. All we're gonna do is hinge at the hips. Stay here. So we get a nice long spine. Push off the ball of that back foot. Lower body's in warrior 3, slowly. So warrior 3, we have the toes flexed in. Right hip is gonna turn down. We have strong eagle arms. If you're tired, make your arms like a T airplane or bring them to your hips if you need to. It's a straight leg lift on the right. For 8, 7, we're in that glute. 6, 5, beautiful. 4, 3, 2, looks really strong. Let's complete the eagle. Right leg up over the left. Remember, so she's gonna, if you want to, you can grab your hips and even those guys out. Remember, the modification can always be right toes drop down. You can modify like that. Get the hips even. Elbows are gonna be high. Here we are, abdominals are on. We're gonna drop that squat. So take it nice and low, or you're hooked back. I want you to stack your shoulders back on top of your hips. So make sure you're not leaning forward, but rather going into the depth of those quads right now. You should feel it in your legs. Like those legs should be on fire. You should be burning through that lower body. For 8, 7, now very slowly, upper body finds chair pose, real slow. She's on an angle, she's doing the work. Abdominals are on. In slow motion, I want you to hug your right knee into your chest, stand tall on the left. So we're gonna straighten that left leg. Right leg is up, we're gonna circle through that right ankle. And then we're gonna slowly reach the arms out. It's a straight leg lift. Are we on the same side? Lift that right leg up for 8, 7, 6, 5. Let's get 4 more. 4, 3, 2, hold it up on 1. Hold it right here. Now hug that right knee into your chest.
We're on the same side.
And find your chair pose. How could that be? Chair pose drops the squat. We changed the... Bear with me, guys. How is that even possible? I don't know how we wound up on the same side. I'm not sure how that happened.
When we did warrior 1, we're supposed to bring the left instead of the right.
No.
No?
No, because we did the right one first. Yeah, we had to. Shift the knees back here Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're enjoying our practice. It was going along so well. Okay, so now go ahead and lift that left leg, that left thigh comes high, and I want you to catch your knee and circle through that left ankle. Just a little circle, very nice, yes. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to bring your hands to your hips for a moment and just straighten that left leg because we got to get those kicks in and then we'll go into that. So let's lift it up. We're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up on 1. Now hug that knee and let your first 2 fingers of your left hand catch your big toe. Right hand is on your hip. We're going to reestablish a tall spine. So here we are. We're nice and tall. Now all we're going to do is straighten that left leg out to the front wall. So what I want you to do is use that left arm to pick up your left leg. Bend that left elbow. Use that left bicep. Work that left shoulder. Yes. All we're going to do is still lift that left leg up and reach your right middle finger over to the right side. Keep lifting that left leg high. Big breath in as you exhale. Left leg's going left. We're looking to the right. So bring your gaze over to the right. If you want to break it down, you could do that as well. We're lifting that left leg high. And we're lifting up through the breastbone, chest is tall. That looks fantastic. Erico, very nice. For 5, let's keep breathing into it. For 4, 3, we're going back into eagle. Left thigh up over the right. Right arm out, left arm under. Eagle pose. Let's lengthen the spine. 5, 4, 3. Upper body only finds chair pose. Lower body completes it. Chair pose. Forward fold, let's stay here. Separate the feet as wide as the hips. Slide your hands under your feet, walk your toes up to your wrist, straighten your legs, look out in front of you, breathe in, and as you exhale, find a strong pull. So I want you to pull your face in, and I want you to push your seat back, and then keep straightening the legs, keep finding the pull. Here we are for 5, keep pulling it. 4, 3, because we're going into warm hamstrings. For 2, release the hands out, grab your elbows. We're in ragdoll, find a little sway, side to side. You can make it big, you can keep it small. So find out what feels good for you. And then we're going to step back into your high plank. Go ahead and take a step back. We're in a high plank position. Let's come down onto our forearms. So we're going to start to bring the practice down. We're in a forearm plank position. She's sliding a little bit. So just so you know, if you have these are fantastic. They're slip grips, yogi slip grips. And never be sorry for a moment to pause. So if you have a slippery mat, these are great to get because you can just throw it right down onto your mat. And we're in a forearm plank position, babe.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yes, it's my pleasure. Forearm plank, she just wanted a break. That's how she works. All right, so we're gonna bring your fist, your wrist in line with your elbows. We're gonna tuck up through your pelvis a little bit, and we're just gonna do a little march. So what I want you to think about is letting your feet land lightly, right? So don't bounce the hips, control the legs, use the glutes, just a little march. We're here for another 10 seconds. 9, she's pushing herself away from her mat with her forearms. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, hold the plank. Right hip touches the right side of your mat. Let's get square center. Left hip touches left side, and we're square center. Let's tap it to the right, and we're back center. Take a little touch to the left, and we're back center. Right side, little touch, and center. Left side, little touch. Let's hold it right here. Hold it here. Right fist into the left elbow. Left foot stacks or staggers. A modification is to stagger your top foot in front of the bottom. So if you're just learning, guys, get that modification on because I want you to keep coming back, right? So if you need that little extra help, please. The modifications are so important. I want your hips to turn like headlights. Here, we're lifting that right hip away from the floor. Very nice. Now, all we're going to do is we're going to lift your left leg up and we're going to let your fingertips tap your toes. So crunch it in. Ready? Fingertips to the toes, straight leg up. Yes. For 4, straight leg. 3, very nice. 2 more. 2, and we're in a forearm plank. Phenomenal. Left fist in. Let's take the turn. Hips are to me. We're lifting that left hip high, just holding it for 5, 4, for 3, 2, top leg. Here we go. Straight leg. 4, awesome, touch it. 3, very nice. Here we are, 2, hold it, and we're in a forearm plank. Palms were up. Chaturanga, we're down. Up dog, we breathe in. Shoulder blades come together. Downward facing dog, we'll find the exhale. Bend your knees, step or float your feet to or through your hands. Find a seat into the floor. We're gonna lie all the way back for a long stretch. And she's so happy to just stretch your arms out nice and long. Create that space. Lengthen through your toes. Lengthen through your toes. So just give yourself a moment to breathe here, right? Inhales and exhales. Very nice. So if you have a strap, great. If you don't get one, you can find them everywhere. Or just use a towel. You can use a thinner towel if you like. So we're just gonna end our practice here with a little stretch, a little deeper stretch in the hamstring. So go ahead and catch your right foot with that strap, and then we're just gonna find a nice little pull back. We're gonna breathe into a warm right leg. For 5, for 3, for 2. Let's take that right leg over to the right side. Let it pull back for 5. Keep breathing. For 3, for 2. While we're here, I want you to shift your mind space. So I want you to come away from the thoughts that are bouncing around in your head, and I want you to just breathe in and exhale out your thoughts of gratitude. So what we're gonna do is every thought that comes into your head is gonna only be about the things that you feel grateful for. And think about it like a little gift. You can open that thing that you're grateful for, open it up and explore it, right? Run free with it, enjoy it, lather yourself in it. It's your gratitude. Slowly bring that right leg back. Let your left leg come up and steal the strap. And we're gonna work that leg back. We're breathing. Our thoughts of gratitude. Find a big breath in. As you exhale, let's take it to the left side. Let's stay here. Thoughts of gratitude running through your brain. Let's come center for happy baby. So release your strap. Catch the inside or outer edges of your feet. Drive your thighs outside of your rib cage. It's a nice pull down. And I love a little spinal twist at the end. Right knee over the left, arms drop out to the floor, big breath in. So cross them. So come back, yeah, right knee over the left. This guy's bent, big breath in as you exhale. Let it drop to the left side. Here we are. So here's a special shift from your gratitude. I want you to move into an opportunity right now to set an intention for the inner peace that you created just by being present on your mat, mind and body, right? So all we could do was think about how our body was moving, what the next move was, where did we feel it? That's beautiful space of being present. And it really nourishes your inner peace. So I want you to think about, come back center, reverse the cross, left leg over the right, big breath in. As you exhale, guide it over. Let it drop down and relax. I want you to set an intention on how you'll continue to nourish your inner peace, what you've created on your mat, how you'll bring that with you once you leave this space. So set an intention. There are so many ways that we can tap into nurturing your inner peace. One of them is just hydrating, right? Feeling peaceful with drinking enough water, feeling hydrated. Let's come back center, and we're gonna let it go. Let your right leg fall slightly to the right. Let your left leg fall slightly to the left. Straighten your legs out. Bring your arms alongside of you with your palms up. Let your shoulder blades drop into the floor. Let your eyeballs roll back into their socket. Let's breathe deeply. Inhale. As you exhale, we're thinking about how will you nurture your inner peace. So maybe that means that you will not get on social media for an entire day. Maybe that means that you'll sit quietly with a cup of tea in your backyard and just watch the birds and watch the trees flow and the breeze come and go. So where can you let go right now? Can you relax a little more through your shoulders? Can you let the weight of your pelvis drop a little deeper into the floor? Can you let the back of your knees drop down? Relax through your toes. Maybe your inner peace is connected to taking a moment to just take a drive for yourself without turning the radio on, allowing yourself to just let your thoughts be free. Maybe you roll down the windows and feel the sun on your face. You're beautiful, you're strong, you did it, you started and you finished this practice. Thank you so much for being here with me and Erico. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.